I don't even know if I can do a play-by-play. I'm so annoyed with Mary Jane and so annoyed with Niecy. I'm really about to go off. So we'll just see how it goes. Knowing me, as I'm venting, I will be going and describing each scene so you guys know the episode. Jeez. Hi guys, it's Junomics. Okay, for episode 2 of Being Mary Jane season... What season are we in? Of season 4. Should I go in order? Should I go in order? Bump it. Okay, look. Niecy. Oh my God, Niecy. Niecy, them females that talk good shit. Like what she says verbally makes sense. She'll put you in check, blah, blah, blah. But her actions are completely opposite of what she's talking about. Like, I try to relate to her because I'm a single mom too. But when it comes to these dudes out here, especially the baby daddies of your children, if they weren't doing right from day one, your instincts and red flags should already be going off when they start trying to weasel their way in your life and it's not about the child. Okay? Niecy, get your life. Get your life together. How could you not, like... Niecy's getting her settlement check. Okay? Finally getting her settlement check. Right? First of all, the scene with Niecy is... She was sleeping with the Isabel, who's her second child's father. His name is Dante. First of all, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That's not the same boy that they would show. Was the first season or second season that he was there? I don't remember that was Dante. Dante, that I remember was, he was scrawny and I thought he was Spanish, but this boy looked Asian. He's fit, very athletic looking. Okay, fine, let's just say he's a very handsome man. Okay, anyway, they're sleeping together. And I guess, just like in real life, these dudes think they're peenie, especially if it's good peenie. Going to get your brain all scrambled up, and then whatever they request, it's going to be fulfilled by the woman. After they're done, he's trying to throw in, he starts asking her questions, like sneaky questions too, like, oh, I wish we had our own place. So she checks him at the door. Okay, how are we going to pay for it? Do you have another job you ain't tell me about? Because technically, is he working? He's not even working. Yeah, he's not even working. So he's like, oh, well, your check is coming. She was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, my check. And that's going to be for, a trust fund for my children, which is correct. She's supposed to have a trust fund for your children if you're getting that amount of money. And he's like, oh, whatever. And then he goes, something about, he's like, oh, well, if your parents like me, we'll be at your house, not over here, whatever. She was like, well, how we even get there? Do you have a car? He's like, oh my God. Like, he keeps throwing in the fact that she's getting the money, but he's sneakily throwing in, like, and smart for him to do it right after sex. Like, get your life. And she was doing good. I was on her high, and she was like, well, like, don't try to be sneaky. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get us a car for you can be, standing up, my son and blah, 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 while you're joyriding doing whatever you're doing with your friends and whoever. Niggas are so sneaky. Like, she has you. When she's talking and she's quick to shut you down and be blunt and say what's on her mind, it's smart. It's clever. But then when it's time for her to actually reenact what she's saying, it's not the same deal. Okay, I was on her side at that scene. Okay? We're following Niecy's story. Then we see Niecy at the lawyer's office getting her check, looking at it. I had to keep rewinding to try to see, like, exactly how much was it. It didn't look like a lot, like $9,000 or whatever. She's asking, what's the rest of it? Obviously, after legal fees and all that, them lawyers do take a big chunk amount of your money. Okay, a big chunk. It's supposed to be like 33% or 3% or some crap, but it's a lot. They take a lot because I got a check before too. And her parents already, informed him that she wanted to do the trust fund. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Once she said, I was like, oh, Lord. Do it now. What do you mean I'm gonna? Like, yeah, I want to do that now. Like, how to do that. Like, how do I get that started? No, you're going to say, I'm gonna. That just means I will. turn to maybe, and oh, I'm going to put it to the side, or it's just going to turn to a whole different type of sentence. And I should have known by the way the camera was standing next to her, it should have been apparent that somebody was with her. I didn't even pick that up. But now that I think about the angle of how the camera was on, I'm like, somebody next to her. But I really was not thinking that. But once she said, yeah, I'm going to do that, you hear Niecy, and the camera turns, and it's freaking Dante. First of all, where were you when she even got in the altercation with the officer? Where were you when she was getting tased? Where were you when she was the one that was driving the 2 kids where she needed to go? If you were there taking care of her, taking care of your child or whatever, maybe she wouldn't have been in that situation. But here you go, conveniently, you're at the damn lawyer's office with her. I bet she wasn't there when she was going to court. Where were you at? Oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. So she's like, oh, how much can I get this? How much can I get today? Oh God. Then next scene, they're at the goddamn dealership. They're at the dealership. Niecy's looking at this decent car, which is decent enough for her to drive, and it's affordable, and, obviously thinking about her kids. Again, the scene you think that she was there by herself. No, she was with freaking freeloading Dante, okay? Now he's playing the child card. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Another question that he asked when they were in bed, when she made the whole car comment, he was like, all right, well, I guess I'll be, just getting on the bus every day and probably never see my child. Like, oh my God, playing at her strings and her weakness, and the children are obviously her weakness. Oh, come on. Some of y'all women, I don't care if it's 1 child, 2 children, 5 children. If they left you alone as a single mom, you stay a fucking single mom. Okay? If he can't give 110% and be there 24/7 for his kids when he's supposed to, whether it's giving working or watching them or picking them up every so often, if they were not contributing that whole time, they can't be popping in and out. I don't care. They can't be popping in and out. It's unhealthy for you. It's unhealthy for the child. It's unhealthy for any type of growth of a child. It's not cool. Because you're there 24/7. They should be there 24/7. Or have a good excuse. Like you're working or whatever. You're supporting, sending money. Doing what you're supposed to do. But this is ridiculous. And Dante represents a lot of these deadbeats that are out here. Represents a lot of them. Where they come when it's convenient for them. Having children, raising children is not a convenience thing. Okay, it's obviously a choice. Once a child comes in and takes a breath, that child depends on you. Okay, both of y'all should be given the same amount of time to that child or children. It just pisses me off. It's just so annoying. The part was so annoying. So, of course, she's looking at the reasonable decision of vehicle that she should get. Again, because a lot of single moms are very smart when they're single, being independent. But once that deadbeat comes around, the one that maybe they still have feelings for or have a weakness for or whatever, all of a sudden them decisions go out the window. So, again, playing our heartstrings. Now he has Dante and he's holding Dante like, oh, look at this, playing with him, pulling him. And, of course, directing him to this red sports car. Sports, are you thinking about the family? Thinking about yourself? Thinking about yourself? So now mind you, the sports car is like $40,000. I'm like, how much was that check? How much was that check? And if it was a lot, $40,000? You still living at your grandparents' house. Your dad's still living at your grandparents' house. Oh no, he has his own place now, right? Whatever. Oh my God. So she walks over there, and of course he putting Dante on his lap. Where in real life, your child cannot be sitting on your lap as you're driving. But he know what he was doing. So she's sitting on his lap. He's sitting on his lap, and they're fake driving like, ooh, whatever. So she's, Niecy's looking through the window and just see this perfect boy, perfect family, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we'll take it. Oh my God. First of all, she asked the salesperson, can this even fit a child seat? You shouldn't even ask. You can tell it does not fit for no child seat. It's a sports car, a 2-door, small-ass sports car for sports. Ooh, look at my acoustics in here. Anyway, I just heard an echo, so I had to do that. I'm like, oh my God. Get your life. Get your life. Mary Jane. I don't even know if I can continue with these episodes because she was so stupid, being so dumb. And I'm like, this is not the Mary that the love problems, okay, are still there. Okay, they're still writing that story out, which is fine. But these other character traits that she did not have in the other seasons, they're portraying that she has now. Like, usually she's quick as far as when she's getting played or some type of game being played or something. It's only the love is the only category that she can't get it right. But everything else, as far as her career, she was always on point with Lisa on her side. But this episode, I'm like, oh my God, you freaking dumb idiot. Like, dumb idiot. Like, okay. What's going on? I said Lisa. Kara? Kara is, trying to work with Mary and figure out a play, some type of good play on them to get Rhonda out of the chair so that Mary can have the anchor position. So, they're going through plans or whatever. She's like, well, kind of be buddy with Rhonda, get as much information as you can or whatever. We use it against her so you can move up. And of course, all of a sudden Mary's like fighting that, kind of being defensive about the whole plan. Like, oh, I've been praising this woman since I was young. She's my mentor, but I don't want to do that to her. Whatever, we can learn from her. She's been through the struggle. She's been through this. Okay, great. That's even worse that she's been through the struggle and she's still going through the struggle because she's being a savage. As for someone who has all this history, all this background, all this knowledge, she should be openly, voluntarily giving it to Mary, but instead she's still fighting her position and trying to knock another fellow black woman who's only trying to look up to you to the side because she's fighting for her survival. She's been the only black woman at this great America, whatever company for so long, and now, she's feeling intimidated. And it's just like, if you know your place, you know what you offer, you know what you bring to the table, you should not feel intimidated at all. You should be happy to help the next man. And you've seen how Mary is so infatuated with you. She would never want to replace you, but she does want to learn from you. She want to move up too. She had her experience. She has her knowledge. She has her degrees and all that. She want to move up too. Mary didn't even have any malicious plan to even kick her off, but she wanted to be up there also. So here comes Miss Rhonda being sneaky. Anyway, the plan was for Mary to get close to Rhonda, to get information from her life or whatever. Not to completely expose her and make, completely kill her career and her life, but to bring her down just enough so she can swoop in. But instead, it's like a twist because all of a sudden, Rhonda was the one that was being super extra buddy on Mary. And of course, that was a much easier plan because Mary is vulnerable to Rhonda because of her infatuation with her. Okay, so now instead of us watching Mary trying to be buddy with her and get intel, Rhonda switched it and she's getting buddy with Mary and getting intel on her. Like, oh, we're just going to be two black girlfriends. We're both going to be fighting. We're in this fight together, blah, 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 blah. Then she's like, oh my gosh. She played it so good. Because she knows that Mary, was at one company. Now she's moved all the way out to New York completely by herself with her producer, whatever. She has no friends or anything like that. So she's in need. No matter how strong Mary appears, she's in need. She's in need of friendship. She's in need of love. She needs someone on her side. And Lisa, it's like why are you calling her Lisa? It's Cara, right? Yeah. I'm on Twitter like, Mary, don't forget who your friends are. You made this huge move. Okay. You don't even have a place to live. But Cara is on your side. She's looking out for both of you, herself and you, especially you. Been there for you, by your side. Do not forget who your friends are. I don't care who it is that I'm fanning over. I don't know them. Do not forget who your friends are, the ones that are really there for you and working for you. Cara works for you. Under you, with you, whatever, since you've been at the other place. It was so annoying because they're showing scenes where, okay, Mary and Cara was supposed to, they got the job to, I guess, host the award show. Not host, but yeah, I guess give the award to Rhonda because she was getting an award for her work as anchor woman or whatever. And they were also going to this fancy party or whatever. And I'm telling you, they just kept showing different scenes of how close Mary and Rhonda were getting. Like, now Mary's giving her information about her boyfriend, who's really not a boyfriend, but the guy she's been talking to, the British guy, telling her how she lived in a hotel, telling her about how she got, the reason why she left the other job, and about the guy that got her fired. Or, like, all her information. And if you listen and really pay attention, Rhonda was barely giving her any information about her own life. The only information she gave her was about the one dude she worked under, whatever, and I guess he betrayed her or whatever, and but she went off to fend for herself, and now she moved up in the world, and he didn't. Which I'm starting to think now, since I picked up that Rhonda was playing her the whole time, that was probably a fake story. It was probably a fake guy or fake name or whatever, or she twisted it to her advantage until Mary spilled secrets of her own life. Like, she was telling Mary everything. It was like, oh my God, you barely know this lady for a week. Like, I understand, okay, you're basically starstruck, but it's like, don't forget you got bills to pay. Like, I'm like, Mary, you are being such an idiot right now. She's playing you so hard. And then she finally picked that up at the end when Michael Ealy, Pretty Ricky, oh so pretty, he pops up because he's playing the guy that got Mary fired from the other company. And who knew about him? Rhonda. Okay? She's like, because she's seen him walking in and talking to some people, whatever, and kind of like, who is that or whatever. She's like, oh my God, that's Justin. What is he doing here? What is he doing? She's like, I don't know. I'm going to find out. So she walked up to him like, what are you doing here? So I'm going to be producing the show. She's like, producing this show? Like, how, like, what, like, basically, what are the odds? What are the odds? He says, oh, well, when Rhonda calls, like, now Mary's realizing, like, first of all, before that, they found a story of, I guess, this charity program that Rhonda works with in Kenya, and with this other dude, and they were doing research on him or whatever, because again, Rhonda was suggesting him that, do an interview with Mary or whatever. And this is when Mary was still in her fanatic phase. So she's like, thinking like, oh, this is great. It's a great tip or whatever. So being that Cara is not part of this fanatic of Rhonda, she did her research. So she ended up finding something online about this, of this estate or whatever, that the guy lives at, and I guess the amount of money paid for the estate looks like he owned 2 houses or something like that, or 2 condominiums or whatever, and it was some under some name or whatever. Basically, the same amount of money that's supposed to be given to Kenya. It just seemed ironic that it was a lot of money put into this place that had nothing to do with Kenya. So they decided to go to that address, and it was some woman, which at the time, I think Mary started to like the guy that she interviewed. So they wanted to find out who the woman was. So she assumed that the guy lied because he said he was single. When we went to the address, they saw the woman come out. She was coming out the car. But then Rhonda's husband came out behind her. So proving that Rhonda's getting cheated on with this woman, and they're using most of the money, I guess, to pay for where they live. And I knew automatically, I'm like, Rhonda's an anchor woman. Before you're an anchor woman, you're probably a journalist. Before that, or a radio personality. Meaning, you already are skilled to look for information. So I'm like, she knows. She knows already. So they were going to use that, some of the information wide open, because it was news. And that would have been a good breaking story for Mary's behalf. But instead, because Mary built this so-called friendship with Rhonda and being completely blind, she went and told Rhonda that they saw her husband and whatever. So Rhonda acted all upset, fake crying, like, oh, my life is over, blah, 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 blah. And she was telling Mary, well, do what you got to do. If you need to break the story, do what you got to do. But she knew she was going to be on air before Mary. They still had to build the story, and they still had to tell Garrett. Okay, he's the one obviously that has to sign off on all the stories. So here's Rhonda on her skit at her desk, and she was like, oh, I have something to say. I just found out that, someone was, whatever, doing some crimes on the charity or whatever. I need to step down as a chairwoman. It's the right thing to do. I really apologize or whatever. This is, whatever. So... on one hand, of course, because Mary's still looking at the positive, like, oh, well, her life's over now, or whatever. No. If she's guilty of something, or wrongdoing has been made, you didn't break the story first. You found out first, but you're not the one who's presenting it to the world. Since she accepted the responsibility and she said it before everyone else, it does not ruin her. It makes her look like a martyr. It makes her even more above and more a heroine of her job. And the fact that she voluntarily stepped down from the charity because she saw it was wrong, that makes her look even better. So, I can't deal. I can't freaking deal. As far as Mary's love life with the British guy, oh my God. Mary, oh, woman, you need a therapist. Can I be your therapist? Please? Oh my gosh, I want to help you so bad. Like, when the episode started... I guess because she was so frustrated with the whole Rhonda thing. British guy is coming in and she's kissing all over him, whatever. He's like, what's wrong? And she was, oh, nothing, because she doesn't want to talk about her business with him. Whatever, stuff together. While they're finished or whatever, he's, putting down notes of little comedies because, he's a comedian. And he invites her out to some movie or whatever. So when they go to the movie, it didn't start yet. They got there an hour early because he wanted to sit down and talk to her. So they're talking, whatever, mostly him talking because she's asking questions and not giving any of her lifestyle information. We come to find out, the nigga got 2 kids. 2 kids. I think 9 and 14 or something. 2 kids. At least he was honest, but it's like, oh my God, 2 kids? Not 1, 2. She's like, oh, I love kids. I'm like, oh. I know she wanted kids, so yeah, I guess she loves kids or whatever. And, but obviously they still live in London and he's in New York to pursue, his life or whatever, or get more money or whatever. She claims she didn't have a problem with it. Okay, she even invited him to the award show. But at the last minute, again, because she was getting so close to Rhonda and Rhonda was trying to introduce her to millionaire men or whatever, her priorities are so messed up. Mary, you are so messed up in the head. Like, you really need to be by yourself and reevaluate yourself. So she finds a way to make it to, call him up. I'm like, oh, it's going to be so boring at the show. What, like, so boring. Plus, I'm going to be working. Basically, not giving you any of attention. I don't think you should come. So he decides not to come. So while she's there, she's drinking it up with Rhonda, seeing guys. She also sees the guy that Rhonda works with for the charity for Kenya. And they start, mind you, that guy is the gay dude that played on Single Ladies. And he played a very good, funny, outlandish, flamboyant gay guy. And now he's here being all proper and just like supposed to be this bachelor making money and blah. I'm like, I can't take you seriously. It's a very good transition of that character to this character. I was like, I can't take you seriously. Like, at all. But anyway, I guess that was supposed to be her fling or whatever. They end up leaving together to Mary's hotel. And I had a feeling that some scenes are predictable. I had a feeling that British guy was going to be there. And he was there. Okay. And basically she's caught and he put her in check. He's like, it's really sad that you're this amazing woman, but at the same time you're like a riddle or whatever. I mean, you tell a stranger I love you, because that's what she was saying when they first met in their little sex escapade. But then at the same, that which shows, you're someone who's broken and you need love. But then when you get the love in front of you, you're playing games. She tried to be different. Like, well, we didn't say we were exclusive. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, it is. Like, yes, I didn't have the little kindergarten conversation of, are you my boyfriend? Are you my girlfriend? Or whatever. But you knew he was into you. You know he was into you, and he's basically makes you happy. Even though it's still really too soon, I'm still in the, my thing that, you really shouldn't be with anybody. But I mean, he's basically your calm to the storm of New York. You're both kind of out of towners, both trying to make it away. You're kind of on the same level right now, except for him with the 2 kids. But you rather put him to the curb to go have another one night stand with somebody that you're not going to be with, who's in Rhonda's camp just trying to play you right now. Anyway, so after having her argument with Kara, because, you know, she finally admitted to Kara that she told Rhonda about the story, okay, which they were supposed to use to bump Mary up. Okay, so Kara's upset with her, boyfriend's upset with her, so now, you know, after days, you know, now she rethinks her life, her comments, and her actions. Now she want to apologize to everybody, like Mary always does in her other seasons. Okay, she ends up, you know, apologizing to Kara again, that's together, saying she's back on board, let's get this show on the road. And then she also goes to, back to the comedy spot that the British guy works at, and to bring the notebook, because he left a notebook in her hotel room, which she read the jokes one night and was laughing, blah, 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 blah. So she's like, I want to bring this back. Can we talk? He's like, oh, you want to talk? No, bitch. I'm with my friends right now. We can't talk. When I was ready to talk, you was never talking. Like, everything can't be on your time. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. But he was like, hey, if you want to talk, and because he was there with friends, so she should be, I mean, she want to do everything in secret. He basically put her on blast, like, yo, we need to stop being secret. You got something to say, you can say it in front of me and my friends. So she basically said, you're right. I'm so lonely. I'm just so tired or whatever. And, you know, when a good thing does come in front of me, I don't know what to do with it. Or I'm so used to being a perfect one relationship, and I meet guys who are completely opposite of me, completely scumbags or whatever, so that they can't complain about me. I can complain about them. And now that I have someone who is way better than all people I ever talked to, he putting me in check now. It's like, dude, I'm running away. He's like, yo, B, stop running. I got you. Be my American superstar. So whatever. This episode was rough. It was really rough. I don't know about episode 3. I don't know. Till we meet again. Peace out. Follow me Instagram or Twitter, TeenJuju365. Au revoir.